Chosen one, you are here in this exact moment, not by coincidence, not by a random scroll, but by a divine appointment quietly arranged by the universe itself, written into the timeline of your soul long before you ever took your first breath. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. Something unseen, powerful, and full of light led you here. There are thousands of voices echoing across the noise of this world, each one fighting to be heard. But only one voice was destined to find you tonight, to pierce through the chaos, to whisper truth into the deepest corners of your heart. The universe has been waiting for this moment, for you to pause, to breathe, to feel something awaken inside of you. Because this is not just another message, this is a confirmation, a reminder that your spirit has always been guided, even when you felt lost. And now, that guidance has brought you here, to this voice, to this truth, to this moment meant only for you. Lately, there's been a disturbance, an invisible current stirring deep within your soul, a tension you can't quite name, a faint whisper in your chest, even when everything outside seems fine. That's not imagination. That's a divine warning, because God sees what human eyes cannot, and when He wants to protect you, He always sends a warning before He sends a change. You've prayed, you've wept in silence, you've whispered, "Lord, please give me a sign, a confirmation, a direction." And now, this message is that sign. But listen carefully. This is not just a sign to comfort you. It's a sign to wake you up. A double-edged sign, both confirmation and warning. Something has slipped into your life, quietly, subtly, just a small compromise, a boundary you thought harmless, that you slightly moved, a door you believed was a blessing, but behind it are chains disguised in light. It looks beautiful, it looks right, it arrives at the perfect time, and it carries the shape of what you once prayed for. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous. This is not everyone's opportunity. This is a trap crafted specifically for you. Every detail, every word, every moment, tailored by a force that knows you better than you know yourself. It knows your weaknesses, your wounds, your deepest desires. Its goal isn't just to distract you. Its goal is to derail you, to pull you off the divine orbit, away from the destiny God set for you since the beginning of time. So what does this counterfeit trap look like in real life? In career, a dream job, a prestigious title, a paycheck that makes everyone say you'd be crazy to turn it down. But every time you think about it, a quiet unease rises inside you. You don't know why, you can't explain it. That's not the peace of God, that's pressure in disguise. Because true blessings never cost you your inner stillness. In love, someone new appears too perfect. They say all the right things. They show up right when you're vulnerable. And everything moves too fast. They pull you into emotional whirlwind, pressuring you to commit before you're ready. Slowly, they separate you from those who might warn you. They didn't come to love you. They came to steal your spiritual focus. In finances, an once-in-a-lifetime investment, a friend swears the profit is guaranteed. They say, if you don't decide right now, you'll miss your chance. But anything that comes from God never demands urgency, because peace always walks with clarity, while confusion carries the mark of a trap. If your heart is beating faster as you hear these words, know this: your spirit is recognizing truth. Because heaven is whispering, not every light comes from me. So chosen one, do not let impatience make you step out of alignment again. Be still, step back, pray, and let God confirm what is real and what is false. Sometimes His silence is protection, and the very moment you choose to pause is the moment you escape the trap disguised as a blessing. Do you notice the common thread in all three examples? It's called hurry. That invisible rush, that pressure whispering, if you don't act now, you'll lose everything. But that very sense of urgency is the sharpest blade the enemy uses to cut you off from your destiny. Why do we fall for it so easily? There's only one root reason, a simple yet powerful psychological mechanism: FOMO, fear of missing out. The enemy of destiny doesn't appear with horns and fire. It doesn't scare you with darkness. It seduces you with your own desires. It doesn't say, "I will destroy you." It whispers, "This is your last chance. This is the final train. If you don't jump now, you'll miss the blessing God prepared for you." Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because it strikes at the deepest fear within every human heart, the fear of being left behind, the fear of wasting time, the fear that we're falling behind everyone else. But engrave this truth into your spirit. Clarity brings peace. Pressure never comes from heaven. Anything truly good, anything that comes from God, from the universe, from the light, will never require you to sacrifice your inner peace. A true blessing never demands urgency. It is patient. It gives you time to pray, to think, to feel. It waits for you to step forward in confidence, not in panic. But a trap is always in a hurry. It creates false urgency. It pushes you out of peace. It makes you believe that if you don't decide right now, you'll lose everything. Yet the truth is, the very moment you feel pushed, you are stepping away from the guidance of the Spirit. So, when you hear that inner voice screaming, "Hurry! If you don't act now, you'll miss it," stop, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this the prompting of my soul or the pressure of a trap? Remember this: a real blessing never rushes you, but a trap is always in a hurry. So if you've been feeling that unease, that quiet stirring in your spirit, if something inside you just doesn't feel right and you suspect you might be standing before a counterfeit trap, then stop. Take a deep breath, because this is the most important part of this message. Not everyone receives this warning in time, but if you're hearing it right now, it means you've been chosen to avoid a fall that others did not escape. Within the next 48 hours, God is asking you to take 3 very specific steps, not symbolic, not vague, but clear, practical actions designed to pull you out of the magnetic pole that the counterfeit trap has been casting over your path. Step 1. Create stillness and pray. Not prayer out of panic, not words born from fear, but prayer from surrender. A powerful, trusting surrender that says, "Lord, I cannot see what is ahead, but you see all. If this path is deception, expose it. If this offer is a trap, reveal it. If I'm being drawn toward false light, extinguish it before it consumes me. Give me a holy discomfort if I'm leaning toward what is not yours." When you pray these words, don't look for a thunderous sign. Sometimes the answer doesn't come through lightning or visions. Sometimes it comes through a heaviness in your chest, through a strange look from someone you trust, through a message that simply never gets sent. The Holy Spirit doesn't shout, He whispers. And you can only hear that whisper when you quiet the noise of the world. Turn off your phone, silence your notifications, sit down, just you and stillness. Because sometimes silence is the loudest signal heaven ever sends. Like the wind, unseen, yet the leaves still move, divine guidance isn't always visible, but your soul can feel it. Step 2. Resist the rush. When the moment of decision comes, when the offer appears, when the message arrives with promises of breakthrough, pause. Don't react. Don't rush. A trap never gives you time to think. It pressures you. It hurries you. It whispers, "Now or never. This is your last chance. If you hesitate, you'll lose it all." But remember this sacred principle. Truth never fears waiting. Lies always fear being exposed. Look closely. When something or someone truly comes from the light, they will honor your rhythm. They will say, "Take your time, listen to your heart." But those driven by deception will push you to decide now, because they know if you get even one night to pray, the light will reveal their darkness. So when someone says, "Decide right now or someone else will take your place," smile and answer, "What's truly meant for me will never pass me by." And in that exact moment, you reclaim mastery over your destiny. Step 3. Pause and ask. A small act, but the sacred ritual of the chosen ones. When the storm rises around you, when emails flood in, when calls keep coming, when everyone's saying you must act now, stop. Place your hand over your heart and ask quietly, "Does this come from you, Lord? Does this bring peace to my soul?" Then, wait. Don't fill the silence with sound. Don't let your mind answer before your spirit does, because divine truth always comes after the noise fades. If peace rises within you, move forward, carefully, not fearfully. But if, after asking, you feel tightness in your chest, tension in your shoulders, and unexplainable anxiety, step back. No need to justify. No need to apologize. No need to explain. Just withdraw quietly, because retreating at the right time is a sacred victory. A woman once shared her story with me. She had prayed for months for a life-changing opportunity. One day, a company contacted her, offering her her dream job, double the salary, perfect position, everything looked flawless. But the night before signing the contract, she had a strange dream. She walked into a house full of light. But the deeper she went, the brighter it became, until she was blinded and lost. She woke up with a heavy feeling in her chest. Instead of ignoring it, she prayed again. 3 days later, she discovered the company was under financial investigation. If she had signed, she would have been pulled into a massive lawsuit. Sometimes, God doesn't say no with words. He says no through the weight in your spirit. And if you're hearing this right now, this is your confirmation, your warning. Someone or something is trying to rush your decision faster than your spirit is ready to move. It might be an opportunity, a relationship, an offer. It might look exactly like what you prayed for, but check the energy behind it. What comes from light will bring peace. What comes from darkness will bring pressure. Remember, peace is proof. Not excitement, not promises, but that deep stillness in your soul. In the next 48 hours, practice these 3 steps, and watch what happens. The door you thought was a blessing may close, but that's because God is protecting you from a disaster dressed as opportunity. And when you pass this test, when you choose patience over panic, faith over fear, and peace over pressure, you'll realize something profound. God is never late. He's protecting you through time. So don't fear when a door closes. Don't panic when an opportunity fades, because sometimes what you call loss today is actually preservation for tomorrow. When you follow those 3 steps and when you dare to say no to something that looks perfect, something profound will happen. Let me be honest with you, at first it will be hard. The ego in you will scream, your heart will wrestle, FOMO will crash into you like a storming wave, and you'll ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? What if this was the best opportunity of my life? What if I just turned down the blessing God sent me? Those questions are human. They're real. And the pain you'll feel is real too, but remember this, that's not the pain of loss. That's the pain of purification. That's your soul expelling what never belonged to it. Like a wound being cleaned with salt water. It stings at first, but that sting is the proof of healing. You haven't lost anything. You're being freed. In the first few days after you say no, things might feel quiet, empty. You might look around and see others moving forward, being blessed. And you'll whisper to yourself, did I just miss something? But listen closely. The silence after obedience is not punishment, it's protection. It's heaven quietly changing the wind, rearranging the timeline, aligning what's truly meant for you. And then soon, not in years, maybe just weeks or months, the truth will reveal itself. You'll see a red flag you once ignored. You'll hear a hidden piece of information. A random conversation, an email sent by mistake, a casual confession, and suddenly, it all makes sense. You'll see the real motive behind that invitation. And in that moment, you won't feel proud. You'll feel grateful. Grateful that God held you back. Grateful that He didn't let you fall into a trap disguised in light. A man once told me his story. He was invited to invest in a project that sounded divine, new technology, massive returns, and the offer came from a trusted friend. Everything seemed perfect. But right before signing, he felt a strange heaviness in his chest, a quiet nudge he couldn't explain. He stopped. He said, "No." 3 weeks later, the project collapsed completely. His friend disappeared. Everyone else lost everything. He told me, "When I said no, I thought I'd lost my chance to be rich. Now I know I kept my peace, my family, and my integrity." That is the real blessing. And when the fake fades away, the true door will open. It won't be loud. It won't rush you. It won't pressure you. It will only bring peace. It will come softly like the wind, but firmly like destiny. It will never ask you to compromise your values. And deep inside, you'll know, this was written for me. In that moment, you'll understand you were never meant to lose. You were meant to make room for what's divine. So don't fear letting go. Don't panic when you have to say no. Don't believe you're falling behind, because every time you say no to the counterfeit, heaven says yes to the real. If this message has reached you, then right now, let's pray together. Stay in this stillness. Breathe in deeply. Hold that breath as if you're holding the light itself. And then slowly exhale, releasing every chaos, every fear, every noise in your mind. Now, don't try to say the perfect words. Just let your heart speak. Father, in this moment, I come before you uncovered, not pretending to be strong, not wearing a mask of peace. I bring everything, every unanswered question, every hesitation, every burden, every trembling part of me still caught between yes and no. Thank you for being the shepherd, the one who not only blesses, but warns before the storm. Grant me the holy clarity to recognize what is true light and what is a false light wearing peace as a disguise. In a world full of noise, let me have ears that only hear your voice. Let me have a heart that pauses when you whisper, "Not this way." Expose every hidden trap, every door not sent from heaven, every connection that glows in light but carries shadow. Protect me from whatever awakens fear, feeds hurry, and pulls me away from peace. Let your word be my standard, and let your peace be my final confirmation. Amen. Now, I don't want you to stop at words. I want to leave you with a tool, a spiritual compass you can use whenever you stand at a crossroads. I call it the 1-minute peace check. It only takes 60 seconds, but if you practice it, it can transform the way you make every decision. Step 1. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Inhale, stillness. Exhale, chaos. Feel the air filling your lungs as if you're breathing in the light of truth. Exhale and let every pressure, every urgency, every fear of missing out dissolve. Step 2. Imagine saying yes. Think about the decision that's been weighing on your heart. Now imagine you say yes. Actually live in that reality. The job, the relationship, the agreement. Feel what begins to happen inside you. Step 3. Feel your body. Instantly. How does your body respond? Do you feel an expansion, like a deep breath, a lightness in your chest, your shoulders releasing, a warmth of peace washing through? Or do you feel contraction, a tight chest, a heaviness, a subtle tension spreading like a quiet warning? Your body doesn't lie. Your soul speaks through it. Expansion is yes. Contraction is no. You don't need a logical reason. You don't need to analyze, because the soul knows before the mind does. Trust that inner compass, because peace never lies and God always speaks through peace. If you're hearing this right now, know this. It's not by coincidence. You were chosen, not to stay trapped in illusions, but to walk in truth. You were chosen to hear the whispers of heaven even when the world screams around you. You were chosen to slow down, to no longer let fear make your sacred decisions. And if this message is the sign you've been asking for, let the universe know you've heard it. Comment these 4 words below. I choose peace over pressure. That's not just a sentence, it's a covenant, a declaration to your own soul. I will no longer let FOMO lead me. I will let peace guide me. Subscribe so we don't lose each other on this journey. Comment, share, or simply remain here in stillness. Because where peace is, there is heaven. And where heaven dwells, no trap can ever hold you. Peace to you, light to your soul, and strength for every no you're about to speak today. For behind each holy refusal today, a true blessing is already on its way.